What's up, Gunpla modelers? This is Strider Prime bringing you a new edition of Gundam Customs. And today, I'm going to build this guy. The 1/100 scale. Iron-Blooded Orphans Gundam Gusion Rebag from the Iron-Blooded Orphans animated series. I picked this kit up at Barnes & Noble for a good price because I used a 20% off coupon plus the membership card, which gave me a little bit more off the top. And it was a choice between this guy and then the RX-782 Origins kit, but considering how big this is and how recently new, I thought it would be appropriate to pick this guy up. I've been meaning to get it for a long time. As a matter of fact, I was thinking of getting other 1/100 scale kits from the Iron-Blooded Orphans animated series. The Grays is one, the Kamaris, even the Kamaris Trooper. But I think this one is kind of considered the pinnacle of 1/100 scale kits from that line, because of the fact that you get not one, but two kits. Not two kits at the same time, but you can convert one kit to one and the other to the other. For those of you who haven't been watching or haven't seen IBO, and I'm sorry, spoiler alert, the main characters come across this villain guy that's looks like the Joker, piloting the Gusion with a massive hammer. Thor's hammer, you could say. And he gets defeated by, of course, the Gundam, Barbatos. And then one of the side characters who lost a loved one in the episode decides to take the mobile suit for his own, and then discovers that inside the Gusion is another Gundam. So, pretty much the first few episodes, maybe 2 episodes of that arc was the Gusion, but then the remaining was, the first 2 episodes, not the first 2 episodes, but the episode of that arc is the scene where they were going up against the Gusion, and then the remaining series after that was the Gusion Rebake. Rebake is a weird word, meaning it's been recooked again, but, it's not me to judge. I could have easily picked up the high-grade kits of these, but I knew getting the 1/100 scale is one of the top-notch kit, and I've seen a lot of people's custom work, both on the Gusion and the Rebag. And since I asked about a few weeks ago, I asked you guys, what should I make? Should I make the Gusion version, or should I do the Rebag version? Apparently, a lot of you guys want me to do the Gusion. I really like the Rebag, but Gusion it is. So let's review the box. Obviously, it's all sealed up in plastic. Here is, of course, the one side where you can see the Gusion with the hammer, the little dopey machine gun, I would call it, which comes with a folding stock. I also have these little balls here. Maybe I don't remember from the episode. I have to look it up again. Articulation in the head. Then in the Rebake, you have the, portions of the Gusion, like the backpack or the front pack, I don't know, which turns into a shield, and you have that nice little halberd type weaponry. Comes with this gun right there. Then the head opens up, expands out, and the two binder back parts, the binders here, have the ability to pull out 2 more arms, so it's like a 4-arm mobile suit. As you see, the price tag was $54.95. I got it for $40. But in Japan, this kit retailed at 5,000 yen, which was technically less than $50. Here's, of course, what the kits look like. Here's the Gusion right there. Very nice, very cool. And then there's the Rebag. And then detailed information. Now, I can't tell whether or not you can build the inner frame and then you have to put the parts of the Gusion and then the parts of the Rebag. Because if that's the case, is it an easy transition? I don't know. Probably somebody's going to say yes, you can build both, and you don't have to worry about sacrificing parts. Which, of course, I have an idea of how to paint the Gusion. Rebake, I haven't thought of anything yet, but we'll cover that soon enough. So let's open this box, because Barnes & Noble thought it was nice to wrap this in plastic, which is a good thing. You don't want some little toddler at the Barnes & Noble pulling, taking the box apart, thinking it's a box, saying, "Hey, Daddy, look, Lego, a new type of Lego called Gundam." All right, so let's open this guy. Wow. You know what? Let's bring this camera a bit and then tilt it down so we can all see this. Alright, so we have is this the A plate? No, this is the H plate, which has some detail parts, obviously for the rebake, orange and black, or charcoal, green and white. And we have, oh, interesting, I wonder if it's separated by the type, but nah, doesn't matter. So here's the rebake shield and armor. Obviously, looking at the armor, you see elements of the Gundam. Here's weaponry parts and the halberd and the bar there. Alright, here are some green parts that represent the armor for the Gusion. Two plates here, part for the legs and arms. We have a touch of purple. There's the head. Some more purple there. I see some polycaps here, and then the stickers. All right, so portions of the excuse me, of the rebake. The familiar leg that's pretty much on all the Gundams, including I think the Type 6 is like this. This is the shoulder part, so you have two plates for that. I have a feeling I'm not going to be opening up those bags anytime soon. Alright, so this is basically the Gusion weapons. So you see the hammer right there, and the minigun. Not minigun, machine gun. A lot of purple here. See some feet. Can't tell from what part of the kit. Alright, so now we have some overall parts here. Clearly this is the back part and the front part of the chest. Shoulders. Skirt. Yeah. Then we have some smaller parts here. Also, here's some parts for the inner frame. So this is definitely, we're going to be working on the inner frame and some back parts for the kit as well. And then we have the manual. So no more documentation like they normally do with, other kits. This is a pretty big box, and obviously there's a lot of parts here. I'm going to have to make sure that this thing falls into place and nothing crushed. And I'm sorry if I'm banging on the camcorder. Also, I have the AC on because it's getting a tad warm in here. But this will be an interesting kit to build. Interesting indeed. Come on, get in there. Box art is nice. I really like it. Alright. And this down a bit. So, of course, more detailed information of the Gusion and, of course, the characters, Gusion and Gusion Rebake. Here's the parts guide. I only see one, maybe two X's on the parts that will not be needed, but of course there's going to be a lot that's not going to be needed either way. This page pretty much dictates on the assembly of the inner frame itself, which is pretty, you know, reminiscent to the Barbatos, excuse me. Pretty nice. And now I'm feeling a little bit comfortable now that I got myself 2 fresh bottles of Alclad 2's gunmetal. Painting this will be a breeze. So now the assembly of the Gusion rebake. I see the assembly of the chest part, the head, and I see a lot of stickers here for the inlets and details of the face. I really like the V. Many people hate the V fin of the boomerang V fin that's on the Barbatos, but I can imagine many people should like this because it's all the way in the back. And the assembly of the shoulders, then the legs, leg armor continues, and the waist unit, then the shield. It's actually a back shield which turns into a skirt shield armor, but then it becomes a regular hand shield. Then we have the backpack, which has the assembly of those hidden arms, which looks pretty nice. Then the weaponry, you get that. I really dig this machine gun type weapon. I wasn't impressed with like the machine gun that was on the what do you call that? That was on the oh god, I just recently built it this year. The Grim Gertie. No, I wasn't fond of it. This one looks a little bit more beefier, nicer. Then the halberd itself, and then how to pull it out, how to pull out the arms, how to position, how to open up and expand the head, how to replace the hands. Obviously, everybody knows that. And then that's it. You're done. Then, of course, how to remove the armor successfully without any problems, so you guys can begin building the Gusion. And the Gusion has extra added armor parts for the waist, so it could support the waist armor around it, and then the back armor. And if I'm seeing the chest armor and another connector for the head, the assembly of the head itself, the legs. Wait a minute, I didn't see that part with the legs. Oh, you have to actually just separate the legs to put new legs in. Oh, interesting. Interesting. This is not what I thought it would be. The arms, I do see the. Wait a minute. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. Okay, no. So the legs, you don't have to remove and then put the armor around it. It's its own polycap in there, so there's nothing in between. Interesting. Very interesting. But you do have to take the arms off and then assemble the armor around the arms, so I see that is required. And then the armored parts over it, then you have the assembly of the machine gun, and then finally Thor's hammer. Haha, yeah. And then of course those little ball things, which I don't understand, but I'll probably have to watch an episode to remind myself. And of course here's the ever popular paint guide if you want to paint this or this. Of course you'd paint this if it's built like that, or paint like this if it's built like this. The inner frame, I think, is not going to be a big deal because it's all going to be gunmetal. It's the remaining parts that is required to do. And since everybody wants me to build the Gusion, I will do the Gusion. I will save the rebate parts for another repaint. So we'll discuss this guy in another time, but definitely we're going to be working on this guy. So now the big question is this: what am I going to paint this kit?